Quinn has skin hunger syndrome but never touches me. He says it's because he loves me too much to hurt me. I believed him, but in private, he embraces his true love without hesitation, saying, the sorcerer said that without that pearl, she's no different from ordinary people. Why should I care about her? She's just a fox spirit. Isn't it disgusting to touch her? My skin hunger can only be satisfied by our dear Sophia. Everyone thought I would continue to endure just because he is my immortal love. I've searched for over 1,000 years, but I acted out of character, not crying or making a fuss. On the eve of his wedding, I vowed never to see him again in this life and returned to my magical realm. Who knew that a year later, he would travel thousands of miles to my realm, kneeling and begging me to return to his side. Quinn, I don't want children anymore. Please just hold me. With the rapid development of modern technology, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth has become scarce. No new magical creatures have been born since the founding of the country, so now magical beings are in decline, with only a few thousand-year-old great spirits still existing in the world. But I had no awareness of shouldering the mission of reviving our kind, indulging in love instead. I wanted to be with my immortal love Lucas forever, just because I had waited for him for 1,000 years. For him, I cut off contact with my clan, willing to become an ordinary person mingling in modern society. He never touched me, but he told me he wanted to have a child to fulfill his wish to be a father. I disregarded the reproductive barrier between humans and magical beings. I found a witch doctor and exchanged half of my remaining soul to get a body that could conceive offspring with humans, because I loved him. The morning I learned online that he was about to marry Sophia, I hurriedly left my rented apartment, wanting to find him for an explanation. He had just promised me not long ago, as long as I was willing to give up my soul pearl to save Sophia, he would marry me. The vow of willing to get my true love, never to part till old age, was still ringing in my ears. Although I had lost all my magical powers, my physical skills remained. I effortlessly dodged through the crowd, shuttling between high-rise buildings to his villa. Standing at the door, I had just pushed it open a crack when I saw him holding Sophia in his arms, pinching her face with an affectionate expression. All right, still throwing a tantrum. I've said that my wife can only be our dear Sophia. She's just a useless creature who can't even have children. She doesn't even have a modern identity. Who would marry her? Sophia pushed away his hand and pouted. Who knows if that witch will whisper sweet nothings in your ear and make you change your mind. After all, someone used her to get rid of all the competitors and climb to this position. The man who used to forbid everyone from discussing this matter and would become furious if anyone mentioned it was now not angry at all. He coaxed gently. I used her for the sake of us and our child. That Quinn is so stupid. I casually said I would marry her, and she foolishly handed over her soul pearl. The sorcerer said that without that pearl, she's no different from ordinary people. Why should I care about her? She's just a fox spirit. Isn't it disgusting to touch her? My skin hunger can only be satisfied by our dear Sophia. As he spoke, he hugged her tightly, his hands roaming inappropriately. Seeing his shameless behavior, Sophia giggled coyly. Lucas, you're so bad. I was certain Lucas knew I was there because he was looking directly into my eyes as he said it, the corners of his mouth curling into a malicious arc. He was deliberately saying it for me to hear, revealing his true colors to me. I could no longer bear to hear the sounds of the couples flirting and playing. So, it turns out he never touched me because I was a magical being. He found me disgusting. If that's the case, why didn't he just say so? No matter how painful it would be, I wouldn't have